Hi, friends. This is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about the Numenera WUBRG campaign season 1 continuing. So at this point, um, Wentworth has completed his essentially. Flashback seems too small, right? So he was taken on essentially an intellectual tour of his past. So Blackout wakes up in the Onyx Sanctuary. He travels across the land and he comes across the servant, these awakened animals who are deer-like, right? And they say, hey, you are the Sunax witness, and we would like to know the tale of the Sunax. So he dips his face into this bowl of glowing liquid that is made of antlers, right? And there's a magical force that keeps all the fluid in. So he dips his face in and he lives through the Sunax invasion of Earth back in the third age in the year 3600 AD in the solar system, but it actually happened on the moon of Io, right? So all this happens, and he sees all this, and now he understands how his journey began. He also understands that the timeless chamber that he woke up in the Onyx Sanctuary, he realizes that this is two shield modules that are formed into a timeless chamber from the Sunax. So that's Sunax tech, right? So now he wakes up and he's with the servant again, and the servant are weeping. They're crying, right? Because they've witnessed this beautiful. They now know this history, the Sunax, right? So this Numenera world, the third age, put all this Sunax tech there, but we started our campaign and we said, okay, is this alien tech that's creating all these ciphers, all the Numenera, or is it magic, or is it nano? And our answer was all three. So now we know the history of the Sunax invasion of Earth, right? And we know the beginning of it. So we know Blackout, the end, near the end of the story, and then we know Wentworth near the beginning. And so so Blackout wakes up, and the servant are around, and they're weeping over witnessing this beautiful story, and he says, thank you for this journey, thank you for helping me understand. And then he starts to get up and is like, well, I probably should journey on. And they said, well, listen, we know that was painful for you to walk through this journey with us and share the Sunax experience, but you're not just the Sunax witness, you are the herald of the blue flame, and you are the nano knight, right? And so what they're saying, the servant are saying to him, you've been through all three ages, right? You were there when the Sunax invaded. You were there when the aliens came and remade the Earth. But you were also there when magic remade the Earth. And you were also there when nano remade the Earth, right? And so, we're sorry to ask you this because we saw how much pain it took you to see the Sunax. But we would like to see, the time of magic, and we would like to see the time of the nano. You've witnessed all three of them, right? And so at this point, that's all in character with the servant leader speaking to Blackout. At this point, I said, okay, gold player, all right, listen up. So we just did, I think it was 3 sessions that we did Bearcats, right? And I was like, we just did a 3-session, flashback, essentially. And that worked great. But now I'm going to let you choose the length. I'm going to give you some input. I'm going to let you do some choosing on the length of this campaign. So right now, we did a 3-session flashback for, to see the Sunax invasion. Now, at this point, I can tell you the tale of what happened in the, in the Age of Magic, which was the 5th age, and I can tell you what happened in the age of the Nano, which was the 7th age, right? And when we started the campaign with you at Blackout in the Onyx Sanctuary, waking up, not knowing any of this, that of course is the 9th age where Numenera takes place. Now I can simply tell you these tales, right? And it'll probably take 10, 20 minutes. but I'll give you a breakdown of everything that happened in the Magic Age and in the Nano Age, right? And then we'll return and pick up the campaign in the Ninth Age, where you're Blackout, who is with the surfing, right? Or we can continue at this high resolution, right, narrative, and we'll play it out. And this is at the end of a session, and so I said, okay, if you choose, what we'll do is we're going to start, and the Earth will been transformed into a medieval fantasy world, right? You won't know why, but the whole world will be remapped into this. All of Earth will be remapped into this medieval fantasy setting, right? And then you'll have a mystery of determine how much, but you'll also be in this fantasy setting, and then we will run a short campaign for you to witness the age of magic on Earth, on Numenera, right? Within Numenera Discovery System, right? And that means when we start the next session, you are going to be a specific medieval fantasy species and a medieval fantasy class, right? So you'll be choosing a Dungeons & Dragons species and a Dungeons & Dragons like species and a Dungeons & Dragons like class, because I'm not going to run Dungeons & Dragons straight within Numenera. I want to honor the Numenera of it, right? The Numenera Discovery. And so I said, do you want a quick story, and we can return to the normal place we're at in the campaign, or do you want to go high resolution and actually see it through? And so the gold player said, hey, I would like to do normal resolution. Let's see it through. And so that's what he chose. And it was really unique. I've had a few situations like this where I've run worlds within worlds previous, but this is one of the best times I've seen this, and I was very happy that the gold player chose this, and that's where we'll pick it up next time. Thank you for letting me share with you the Numenera Discovery WUBRG campaign season 1. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic.